I was speaking recently to a guy and he asked me, what do I do for a living? And I told him I'm a dating coach. I said, oh, dating coach. Interesting. What do you mean? I said, I've been meeting and flirting with women in real life for 11 years and it's worked out really well for me. And now I'm teaching other guys to do the same who are tired of relying on apps, who are tired of going out to nightclubs. And then he said this. He said, oh, they must be complete nerds. And this really stuck with me because it highlights a very common misconception about men who want to improve their dating lives. Most people think that men who want to improve in this area are nerds, virgins, don't know anything what to do with a girl, has no experience with a woman, and is so desperate that he needs to get help, improve, or even hire a coach. And that is simply not true. There are some men that I coach that had never had a date before, that had never been with a girl before, or hadn't had dates in months. However, there are also some guys that have had quite a lot of dates. They've had girlfriends. They've had 10 or 20 sexual partners before, which is way more than the average. And even those guys seeked help. Now, why would that be? They're already getting dates and they still chose to get help. Well, the answer is simple. They want to learn how to meet women in real life. So you might be using apps, you might be getting some dates, you might be going out to a bar and maybe talking to women there, but can you go up to a random girl that you don't know during the day, talk to her confidently, flirt with her, get her on a date, and do it so well that she actually comes and dates you? Well, most guys cannot do this. There are very little amount of men who can do this. Even the popular guy in your high school who was getting all the girls' attention, he probably cannot do this. It's a very specific kind of skill set that is required. So you might have an okay dating life, or you might have an average dating life, but most likely you don't have that skill set. So for you to have that skill set, you need to improve. And why do guys want that skill set in the first place? It's not that their dating lives go from super bad to average. They want their dating lives go from average to amazing. And this is the key differentiator. Not from bad to average. No, from average to amazing. That's what this skill gives you, an amazing dating life, because you can make your own connections. You can approach any girl that you want. You're not relying on apps. You're not relying on random algorithms. You're maximizing your confidence, your charisma, and your flirting abilities. And that's how you get an amazing dating life. So it's a total misconception that if you try to improve in this area, then you're a nerd or a virgin or a weird guy. No, you just want to get this skill set that is going to give you an amazing dating life. And all the guys judging, all the guys saying, oh, I would never need this, or this is kind of weird, they don't know how to talk to women in real life. They've never done this. They're afraid to do this. And if you're saying, yeah, someone who would get a dating coach, he's a total noob. Well, when it comes to meeting women in real life, you probably are a noob. You probably don't know how to do this. I've met very few men that actually know how to make this happen. It's not easy. It's very difficult to go up to a girl that you don't know, completely cold, approach her in a way that she wants to talk to you, actually engages with you, flirts with you, and then goes out on a date with you. That is a very specific kind of skill set. There's a lot of things they need to do. You got to get over your anxiety. You got to be very confident. You got to have amazing social skills. And again, because most men haven't done this or haven't trained in this, they are probably going to be a noob. And then some men might say, yeah, well, I don't know how to do this, but that's kind of weird, talking to women completely cold. And again, because they're saying it, because of their judgment, because of their ego, they'll never be able to improve in this area. And hence, they'll never have an amazing dating life. Because most guys simply cannot admit to themselves that they need improvement in this area. The two biggest lies men make in general are about how much money they make and about how good they are with women. And most men seriously overestimate their abilities to talk and flirt with a girl. But you need to detach your ego from this. It's just a skill. It is very hard to admit to yourself that you might not be as good as talking to women, but for you to be able to improve, you need to make that admission. If you don't make that admission, if you don't admit to yourself you might need to improve, you will never take the necessary action to improve. Because why would you improve if you're already that good? And this is why most guys' ego will keep them from having the dating life that they want. Even guys who have dated, even guys who have had girlfriends, the classic case being a guy who's pretty good looking, he can date a few women from the apps, not the ones that he really likes, but he can get some women, and then he can tell his friends, yeah, I've been going on some dates and meeting women and sleeping with some women. I'm doing okay. But in reality, deep down, he knows that he would want more. He would want to be that guy that approaches a girl on the street and is super confident and knows how to make things happen. But he cannot do this. And he'll never admit to himself that he cannot do this. So stop casting judgment on other men who are seeking improvement in this area. This is a skill, just like anything else. And when you're born, you're not good at a skill. You need to acquire the skill set. And if you're not ready to admit that you suck at this skill, you'll never be able to improve it. And yes, if you want to improve faster at a particular skill, or if you want to have more systematic game plan on improving this skill, and if you want someone to train you on this skill, you get a coach. And that's how it works in any other area. There's no shame getting a personal trainer when you want to get in better shape. And just like that, there should be no shame in getting a personal trainer when I become better at talking and flirting with women. It's a skill. It's in the name. It's called social skills. So stop casting judgment of others, and most importantly, stop casting judgment on yourself for wanting to improve in this. It's okay to admit that you suck right now, or you might not be as good that you want to be. You might be average. That is okay. You can still go and get help. It doesn't mean that you're a loser. No, it actually means that you're a man enough to admit to yourself that you need to improvement and that you want to become a winner. That's what it means. That's what it truly means. A loser and a coward is actually the guy that is too afraid to admit to himself that he needs help and is too much of a coward to ask for help. That is what real loser is. And if you're finally ready to improve this skill set in a systematic way with a personal trainer that you trust, I work with guys all over the world to help them improve in this area. I work with them one-on-one, just like a personal trainer would. And I tell you exactly what you need to do, give you feedback, and guide you step by step. If you're potentially interested in this mentorship, check out the first link in the description.